Welcome back. Well, we have Jeff Parker here. Hi, how are you?
Good morning.
Nice to see you again.
Nice Friday.
Nice Friday. It's going to be an interesting Friday nonetheless here in the village, but we are certainly hoping for smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing and excited, and to bring something to the village that we have been working on very hard for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and having it come to fruition is really, really exciting.
I mean, it's a positive thing,
Yeah,
which is so great. And I know it's frustrating right now for a lot of people trying to get their appointments and things like that, not necessarily just through this program, but also through the SuperPod programs, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. But nonetheless, you wanted to go over some COVID numbers with us.
We'll go over numbers first. I'm not going to dwell on them too much. But there's some good news, I think, in that the cases are down. 1,340 cases reported yesterday. So remember, we were in the threes and 2000s, and so seeing it drop down to 1340 is a good sign from my perspective. Unfortunately, another 38 people passed away, and 37 of them are residents in normal living facilities, not in a skilled nursing or assisted living. The good news is reported everywhere throughout the state is that we're seeing that slowdown in hospitalizations and ICUs. Now we're still in the 500 in the ICU case, but as you can see, we've dropped under the 2,000 in the hospitalization. So they're showing that throughout Orange County. They're showing that in the whole Southern California, that the hospitalization rate is starting to stabilize and move in the right direction. So I think that's because we've probably gotten over that big wave of the holidays, and it's starting to smooth out, and I think people are recognizing the importance of wearing the mask and going through all that process and social distancing, as well as some people are starting to get the vaccine. We'll talk about that.
Right, exactly.
Relative to here in Laguna Woods, we have 300 cases that have now been reported. For this, again, this is for the city of Laguna Woods. We're a big part of that, and unfortunately, 21 fatalities, deaths have occurred. And that's a jump in the last month that we've seen. We were holding steady in around 10 and 11, and now we've gone up to 21. So kind of reflecting, mirroring what you're seeing in Orange County. So again, that never want to hear of somebody passing because of COVID. I mean, that's a sad thing as it is. But given the context that we're in, we're holding steady, and the cases are going up, yet the hospitalizations are starting to stabilize. That's all good news from my perspective.
Right. Well, the testing is still active. I mean, just because they have a vaccine doesn't mean people aren't going to be tested.
Right.
So people are still being tested. More tests are available because now we have the saliva test from the health department, so you can certainly go for that.
On that chart up there, you can see that positivity rate is testing is still high at 16%. The daily cases has gone down a little bit. Still way too high, but we were up in the 70s on that daily case per 100,000. So there is a gradual, but to get us down into the substantial tier or the next tier, we got a long ways to go, and we're working really hard. And I think there is some light at the end of the tunnel in the sense of the vaccines coming out, and we can talk about that.
Exactly, and like I said, testing is possibly higher because they've got more tests available to people out there now, and then I don't think we're going to see the effects of the vaccine for a little while yet. It's going to be at least, I suppose, a few months, right? Because they have to get their second shot.
So you're correct, it's anywhere 21 to 30 days for your second shot, depending on which it's Pfizer or Moderna, and then in reality, listening to the doctor the other day and listening to the explanation is that getting in that system and giving you that full protection and everything, it's like a little bit of time after that second shot even, type of. So the challenge is getting the vaccines. Just the number of people who we need to have inoculated in the community, not just Laguna Woods, but Orange County, United States, California, all of that. The numbers are just huge. And I think that's where the big struggle is. And I know that there's a lot of efforts now in Washington to see if they can't get more distribution out there, which is great. We want to hear that. But I heard the mayor of LA making a dire prediction, which is if they keep going at the rate they're going in LA, it's going to be 2022 before everybody gets
Oh, gosh.
a
Yeah.
shot. And
Yeah.
I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, we're talking about trying to hit the July timeframe where everybody got it, which seemed realistic if we could, get motivated and get it out there.
Right.
And we're doing our part here to
Exactly.
make it happen as soon as we
Right.
can.
Right. And you mentioned Dr. Chow, and he also mentioned Johnson & Johnson is a third vaccine that is just around the corner. A little bit different, a single dose,
Right.
and does not require the kind of cold that the other two require. So that's exciting. I mean, the more we can get out there, the quicker people can hopefully get vaccinated. And let's definitely talk about what the big undertaking you guys have today with the first round of the vaccinations.
So again, as we talked about, in partnership with the Orange County Health and in partnership with Memorial Care, we are starting today with a vaccine process here at Clubhouse 7. And we received through our requests and everything an allocation of 3,000 vaccines for this weekend. So we working with Memorial Care and their staff of volunteers, and all these are volunteers. So we
Right.
a real thank you to that group of people at Memorial Care for implementing this. We're starting off today with 500 appointments and vaccines, and then we're going to do 1250 and 1250 on Saturday and Sunday, so full days
Okay.
on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay.
So we're rolling this out today. As you mentioned earlier, it's by appointment only.
Right.
People have to have an appointment. We're asking people to show up 15 minutes before their appointment. We're trying to make sure we get the word out there. Don't show up 2 hours before. Don't
No.
come without an appointment.
Right.
You just make it more difficult to administer it if we have that kind of congestion at Clubhouse 7. So
Exactly.
get your transportation lined up. If it's a caregiver bringing you, understand that that's okay. The caregiver won't be getting a shot.
Right, but they
this
could come.
is just
Right.
you, the individual, with your appointment.
Right.
And we're excited, obviously, that we're able to bring this to the village. There is, again, there is a lot of anxiety about the vaccine out there and getting it. When can I get it? When can I get it? We did a random process. We worked with Memorial Care to randomly take all of our names of our 75 and over. So we're focusing 75 and over.
Right.
Even though the state's now talking about 65 and over,
Right.
we're focusing on our 9,000 plus 75 and over group.
Right.
So minimum of 3 weekends just to get that done if we get
Yeah.
if we get our allocation.
Right.
And that's really the next challenge. But you will be contacted by Memorial Care through their computer system of your appointment via email or text. And then if we get to an individual that doesn't have an email, then we'll have a phone system set up for those type of getting your appointments set.
Right. Okay.
And then we're on your way. So it's going to be interesting to see how it works today. A lot of vaccines to hand out.
Right.
So they're going to be a very, very busy crew down there. And we're looking forward to getting our first residents vaccinated
Yeah.
and move forward. And our big challenge going down is, will we get another allocation?
Right.
Will we get 3,000 more next weekend? We hope so.
Right.
And we want to show how effective we are
Right.
in getting this out. And that'll send the message to the county and the state, we can handle it.
Exactly, and that's exactly what you have to do in order to get more, is to administer the first 3,000, show that you've done all these folks, and then they'll allocate more before you have to inoculate them again. So,
Exactly.
As well as getting others too. So, well, wonderful information. Thank you so much. Good luck today, and then we'll look forward to seeing you on Monday with an update.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thank you. All right, when we come back, we will have Sue Margolis with a United update. Stay tuned.